Eric, welcome to another episode of, well, actually, more so a special episode of the Traumaless podcast.
It's true, fair.
True, it really is like the first episode that
Well, we're
should.
technically redoing it, essentially.
Yeah.
The
So,
the visual version.
so for those who don't know, we did a prelude episode that should have been like done visually, but we didn't. So we're giving it to y'all raw now.
No Diddy.
Oh, Diddy.
No Diddy.
Oh, Diddy.
No Diddy.
Nah, all Diddy. Say dog. But this episode is titled "What is Traumaless?"
Yeah. So with this episode, we really just really wanted us to kind of just sit and talk about, what Traumaless is, like, the brand, like what it means to you, just the word itself,
Mhm.
what the brand is, like why you started this brand. And then also, the podcast as well, because the podcast is under the umbrella of Traumaless, but it is, kind of the little, it's kind of almost its own little thing. So
Mhm.
kind of, the way we go about doing things on the pod will be different from how Traumaless, the brand itself, will be.
Mhm.
But it's all still its own interweb and network. So,
Mhm.
Mr. CEO,
So I am.
what is well, first, what do you want to start with? You want to start with why you like how this all
So I'll go into how Traumaless came to be.
okay.
Like that way, people can kind of get a little backstory and understanding. So originally, I had a different brand called Company 95, and that wasn't going too well. I was very frustrated during the time. I was at my girlfriend's crib, just venting and upset about what was all going on. And so I was like, you know what? It seems like people don't either fuck with me or I'm doing something wrong. So let me test this out. So I was like, I'm gonna create another brand, and based off of that, I'm gonna see, without my face being a part of it, my name or anything, I'm gonna create this and see how well it goes. And as I'm trying to sit here come up with different names, like the first name I came up with was Trauma Bond.
Mm,
And I'm like, I'm gonna kind of like reverse psychology the name, where
mm,
it's like you kind of like looking at it in a positive way. You're trying, like,
mm-hmm,
we're normally when you trauma bond, like people come together and it's all negative, but I'm trying to make it a positive. And I'm like, nah, that don't sound too good.
mm-hmm.
Then I just created a different name and I was like, Trauma Less. I'm like, I like it. Kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit good and a little nice. So I ran with that, and it was going to be an apparel um brand, and that's how I kind of got into it, like, with that. And the whole thing is just about trying to get behind the whole idea of like the trauma that we all deal with, that we go through, and having the brain focus on that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how the story came to be, because I was really frustrated. I was really pissed off that things was not going well at all with my other brand.
And so how were things going with Traumaless before you met me last year?
So things wasn't really, it's not that things wasn't going bad, it's that things just didn't kick off yet. Like when I had met you, I was just like, all right, let me create the website, let me think of a logo, let me create.
Which I hated, by the way. We gotta put up the old Traumaless logo compared to now, like, so people can see. Like I told you,
The
I hated
old one
that shit.
wasn't bad.
It
Stop
was
it.
horrible. I said everything. I did not like what you did with it. I literally told you. I said, "Do you not know what you have, and this is what you're doing with it?"
So the thing is, the power was in somebody else's hands that created it. I went on Fiverr and I had somebody else create that logo. I was like, hey, listen, I need a logo for my brand, and this is what it stands for and all that type stuff. And this is what I'm looking for. And that's what he created. And I liked it because it's like a T going over the A, and it's like you're trying to rise above your trauma. Like that's how I liked it. I'm like, I fuck with this. But once I told you about it, you obviously don't like it. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. And
See, but also too, that because when we had that conversation, it was for you. It was just apparel.
Mhm.
And I said, "You don't see like, I don't know, when you said Trump, like, when you brought up, because you told me about Company 95.
Hmm.
Company 95, that shit is squared away and all that, like, that's good. You just really have to you gonna yeah, I'll get on your ass about that another time, but, like, yeah, Company 95 is already, like, you just have to change your mindset about
Hmm.
how but you know, you're doing that, and,
Yeah.
of course, Company 95 with your juice in it once you get back, you know, with
Hmm.
the fit, that's his own thing.
Yeah.
But Traumaless, you even the shirt that you had, like, I just seen something different. Like, I was like, damn, I wish I had that name. Cause like, I'm not gonna lie, I seen just like it was more than just it's a lifestyle, it's a brand, and
Hmm.
it's it's more than just clothing. It's like I say you could do podcasts, you could you could do events, you
Hmm.
could do all different types of stuff with it. And so yeah,
Yeah, you had a different vision for what I was going for, and it's crazy because my Instagram name is JR the Visionary,
mm,
and you looked at my brand differently, but we have different visions based off of stuff. Like I seen like as stuff went on, I seen how all my stuff can be able to play
mm-hmm,
together. From
mm-hmm,
Company 95 to Traumalist to my juicing business that I'm gonna start. And also with me wanting to become a personal trainer. Like I see how all my stuff can be able to really play
of
well
course.
together and play off of each other. So the fact that I like at some point after I came back to the job that I was like, yo, like I want to do a podcast. Like, let's do a podcast together. He was like, okay, but let's do it around traumaless. I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, all right. I ain't got no
I'm
problem with that.
dead.
So,
But honestly though, like everything happens for a reason because like you
mhm.
said, it's like even now, like where we at now, like I feel like it's more fun for you now, the brand itself. Like you now
Mm.
have something that you actually are passionate about and that you are happy about. I don't feel like it was
I feel
like
like it's more so like I have more confidence like in it because when our when we talked about doing a podcast, like I said on episode 3 with Ashley, or is that 2?
that's
3,
episode three.
episode 3. Um
Yeah.
that the responsibility that I have on myself now with having y'all two a part of the team with doing this, it really put me in a different space. It made me be like, yo, I actually gotta do this shit. I like these motherfuckers is gonna count on me because it's mine. I actually have to do something. Like, so it's like, let me actually try it. And then the fact that we're actually putting like fuel to the fire and actually pushing this and all that type of stuff is put me in a different space where now I'm like, I'm happy. I can actually I can see this going somewhere. Like it put a battery in my back that and gave me more confidence in this. Because if I was
Yeah.
doing it by myself, trust me,
Yeah, especially
man,
due to the fact that what you had first was
shut up.
not it. That's what I mean by like, because if I didn't come with that vision, like and it's like what I love about it too as well is like so, and that's why I said the podcast it's the podcast, the Charmless podcast is our
Hmm.
thing, that's a joint thing, but I feel like it us coming together, oh let's talk about why we did the podcast or why you came to me. Why did you come to me and ask me about doing a podcast?
So again, it's something else where I'm just watching other stuff in like different podcasts, and I'm like, man, I would like to do a podcast, and people are doing different podcasts, and they were frustrating me on how they're going about it
Mm.
and some of the topics that they had. Like sometimes where I'm watching episodes, people talking about shit, and I'm like, double down on this, please. Like say something. You let these
Yeah,
people scapegoat? Like, no. Oh my God. Like it was just
yeah.
frustrating me. So I'm like, man, I should have my own podcast. And so I was like, let me go to Pat. Cause I'm the only people that I really had fucked with at the job. I fuck with everybody, but the only people that I really fucked with was you and Nate.
Mhm.
Like really fuck with it. I'm like, okay, one person I feel like that I can like go to and ask to be a part of it or start this podcast was you. So therefore I brought the shit to you. And then as we're doing it, like or as we talk about it, like we need somebody to be able to like record and do video or not video, audio and all that type shit. And then here comes Nate walking down the hall, and he's like, "Yeah, I do this." We found that person.
Right.
Found not third wheel, but our third musketeer. Yeah,
I'm
the three
dead.
musketeers.
At least he ain't say the three stooges.
Nah, 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 nah. Those motherfuckers are stupid.
I'm dead. Not the camera over with you.
Dude.
But nah, yeah, it's funny too as well. Like, I think that we were already having like these deep type of
Mm-hmm.
we were already having like these type of conversations that, like, you know me, y'all
For
know
sure.
me. These are the type of conversations that I have, like, no matter where I'm at. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I always bring that out of people. So like, yeah, when you came to me and said like let's do a pod, the funny thing is what you don't know is like back while I was in Memphis, I did start a podcast. It was
Mm.
audio only.
Of
I did
course.
one episode and I never like had I never like that be the thing. Like I literally will I can literally like I said, I've done it. It's like I start and then I stop or don't
Mm-hmm.
see it all the way through. So but yeah. So when you said it, brought it to me, I'm like, okay, I understand how God works. I understand like
Mm-hmm.
everything doesn't happen for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, everything it was an opportunity. And I knew by doing it with somebody, it alleviated a lot of the like a lot of the pressures off of me. Like I
Mm-hmm.
remember even I think it was like last week or the week before last when I had talked to y'all and I was like, look, me trying to we was talking about the format or whatever we
Mm-hmm.
could and I had to break down. I said, look, like it's too much for me. Like I need and essentially what I'm getting at though is that at first I wasn't reluctant. It was just more so used to doing everything on my own.
Mm-hmm.
But since doing this and having a team, it's like it makes it a whole lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Um and then I also feel like it helps both of us. Like I feel like we are both at those points in our journey where it's like it's time to um really take that next step
Mm-hmm.
and really take that leap of faith and really go all in and
Yeah.
like, you know, really becoming the CEOs that we
Mm-hmm.
are. And so I feel like the podcast itself, it helps. So for in my mind, how I look at it is not only does it for me personally, it helps me with getting used to being seen,
Mm-hmm.
being used to articulating my thoughts and being comfortable and confident in who I am and being who I am, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and expressing that it helps me network because through this podcast, like we're able to like we met a therapist, we meet
Mm-hmm.
anybody that hears the Traumaless. That's why I told you what I told you when I told you last year. I'm like, bro, do you not know what you are sitting on? Like
Yep.
anytime people
I had a
hear,
gold mine and did not know it.
bro, I'm telling you, like anytime people hear about this pod, they're like, bro, that sound like they want to, you know, like they want because it's something
Mm-hmm.
that's needed. It's something that's different. It's something that we all deal
Yeah,
with.
but that's sometimes you need, like I said before, I say this many times. Sometimes it's just about having somebody to believe in you. Sometimes it's about having somebody to fine tune what you got going. Like, obviously, I started Traumaless, but having somebody like you to be like, yo, bro, let's do this. Like,
Yeah, sorry about that, y'all.
you got
But
people walking in on us.
damn, that really, I knew I heard that door. I think
But yeah, having
I'm listening. I'm trying to remember. It was something I was about to say that really just threw my fuck. That really threw my whole like.
yeah, but oh, having people like somebody to actually like believe in me and also put the battery in my back. Like, yo,
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. I really, I want to I want to commend you and give you credit for being able to receive that. Um, within it's like one thing I realized, and it's in a lot of different areas, but we don't. It's like being okay with allowing somebody to help you and
mm-hmm.
being okay with receiving help or being able to allow people to, you know, just believe in you
Mhm,
and being able to receive that and like allow that to multiply because like that's something I struggle with.
mhm,
It's like I'm learning through doing this with y'all that like I can share ideas. I can like, it makes it
mhm.
easier. And it's like, oh, these people believe in you as well. Like you don't gotta just do all that yourself. So I just wanted to commend you for that because like, especially too, because I can be a little, I could be a little dickhead. I could be a
That
little
don't phase
aggressive.
me. Like I think what makes it easy for me is the fact that like somewhat I'm a people pleaser, but then like it's just the fact that I trust in y'all.
Yeah,
Like I know that y'all not going to just be on no bullshit. So it's like when it comes to you doing what you do, it's like all right, Pat got ideas. He's a part of this team. Like it's not I can't just control everything. I can't just do everything. Yes, it's my business, but it's like nah. Like we're in this together.
right.
So I allow you to do what you do. Same thing with Nate when he's doing like the audio, doing the videos and stuff like that. Like I'm gonna trust in his what he's gonna do. He knows what we trying to get to, what we trying to put out there. So it's like, yo, do your thing, bro.
And what's so funny though? It's like I feel like what we've tried to do in the past is not try to learn how to do all like
Hmm.
me. I'll probably be trying to learn what they do, and they do this. Been doing this one for probably what over 10 plus years,
I ain't got time for it.
and it's
Fuck
like,
that.
but it's like in my mind. But that's where how my mind be. It's like okay, I gotta learn how to do. I tell myself I gotta learn how to do this, and I'm like I'm not I don't like to just do things. I like to do things. Like I like to do them at maximum. Like I like to be
I
good at
get
what.
that, but I
Yeah, I'm
understand
learning.
that.
I'm learning. That's why I said
No,
it's
but
important to have a
also
team.
like I recognize like I do have my strengths and weaknesses, and if I'm not good at something, I'm quick to find somebody. Like
See me,
I'm
no.
quick to find somebody. Like yo,
Me, I'm different. Hell high water. Like I'm gonna figure it out.
I ain't got
But
time.
it just it makes it easier to like even with like the creative
Hmm.
and design. Like I used to do graphic design and all that, but like that's not my forte right now,
Hmm.
and I don't feel like learning that shit. So you know what? Hey, you're the creative, and
Hmm.
you be sleeping on your abilities, which is why I be on your ass and like getting in your ass and like telling you like even with this like you are creative, like you are very artsy and stuff like that. So it's
I
like.
think that's because I really like it's just my confidence. Like I and the fact that I do a lot of comparison. So I'll see somebody else who's good at drawing and all that type of stuff, and then I'll compare my level of drawing to theirs. But then I also got to understand that person probably been doing this like and actually practicing that shit for years.
And on top of
So,
that too, like you got to think about it. It's people who probably sit there and draw all day
mhm.
and we're perfecting their craft.
Yep.
So it's like you get that like we talked
Yeah.
about.
Hmm.
We can't compare. But nah, I definitely and I think it's easy to be able to with this team because we all want to see each other be better.
Hmm.
We all want
It's
to
no
like
egos.
yeah, it's like we all want to even in our own individual lives, we know we want something better. So it's like
Hmm.
okay, we all have people here who want something better for them, who want more than just what we're told we're okay with
Hmm.
having. Like, we want to experience a different type of experience. We all got different goals, different,
Yeah.
situations, experiences, but it's like I think it's that trust of like seeing the value in each other and seeing
Hmm.
like the vision and like, okay, let's try to see this. Let's just
Hmm.
do it. With like fuck it, what else we got to lose?
Yeah, and the fact that I've like ever since I got into the path of trying to be an entrepreneur, I already knew that I don't like to work for other people. Like I've lost plenty of jobs because of the fact that not due to my work ability, but just like getting up in the morning to make it to work, but just also how people like businesses treat their employees.
Yeah.
Like I don't like that shit. Like so I'm like if I have my own business, I'm going to pay my people. I'm going to make sure that y'all actually feel shut up. Like you ain't getting paid right now. Like you
I'm
are
not
working
getting
for
paid
free.
either.
Oh, y'all gonna work for free right
I'm
now.
dead. I'm dead.
Nah, but like I know that as the business grows and stuff like that, I'm going to be able to properly compensate everybody. Like, especially based off of y'all worth. Like I view everybody as being worthless or was
Priceless.
priceless. There we go. Thank you. I said worthless, priceless. Um like y'all are all priceless. Like y'all are irreplaceable. So like I want y'all to know that and know that I'm going to compensate y'all. Like it's going to happen.
But even like
Take time.
you mentioned earlier, like I said, I'm pretty sure Nate feels it. It's about it's the belief. Like when you do things that are meaningful, money is not, and that's why I always reiterate that because I understand when you operate out of the heart space and you trust in God, and I understand and trust in the vision.
Hmm.
I know what's gonna happen.
Hmm.
I know what's gonna come.
Yeah.
So this just only the beginning, and that's funny too. This is actually the longest job that I've had. Like
Doing this podcast.
no, no. With the job we are now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was yeah, and that's been a year.
Mm,
Um, I've never had a job before this. I've never had stayed at a job for longer than 6 months.
really? I've been at a job for the longest 2 years.
Yeah, nah. Nah. It's not because I'm a bad worker. Nah, so it's funny. It's not because I'm a bad
Ah.
worker. It's not. I'm probably one of the best employees a company will ever get, and I can
Mhm.
confidently say that it's not one job that I know wouldn't want me back if depending on what happened.
I was
I
about to
either
say, I know what you're saying.
depending on what happened. Like most jobs, most of them, I either just stopped showing up, like just quit,
Mm.
or got fired for cussing somebody out.
Yep.
Them always been the two things. Like
Yep.
so, like it's never been oh because I'm a bad worker, oh because like
Hmm.
I come into the job, I learn quickly. I'm able to adapt quickly. Hell, even at one job, like I'll never forget this one manager I had. And I got fired over some bullshit too. Like I still don't like her ass. But we was doing some type of training and like she had that like I don't know why it's well I do know why it bothers me, but she was like we had to do some type of training and I like did it like I get things quickly. So it's like
Hmm.
I'm like, oh yeah, this was easy. She was like, oh no, don't say that. Don't say that. It's like I don't know. That made me feel some type of way. Like it's stuff like that. Like why do I have to dumb myself? Like it's
Yeah,
easy.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
yes, I get it. Everybody learn at different place, but I'm not. Why am I dumbing myself down? Why am I putting
yeah.
my confidence down? Because like. No, this was easy to me. I'm letting you know I need something challenging. This
Hmm.
bullshit that y'all having me doing, like, it's not for me. Like,
Right.
but yeah. So ultimately and then like I said, I want to do what like I my mindset and like the way that I think and I view things like I feel like I should. It's not that I think I'm always right, but I think I can manage and run stuff better than most people.
Hmm.
And my logic and my way of thinking is, like I hate working in an organization. Like I hate working for a manager or a boss who don't keep shit organized, that don't
Right.
keep their employees in check.
Hmm.
I hate that type of stuff. Like
Yeah.
I hate the fact that like why am I working harder than you? And like
Yeah.
yeah, it's just a whole bunch of different stuff where it's like I've always known like I'm gonna be like, it's in like hell. I told you since a child I wanted to be the president of the United States.
Hmm.
Somebody with them type of dreams is not meant to be working for somebody.
Yeah.
So
That's for sure.
yeah, but with all that being said, so what does traumaless mean to you?
Traumaless means just an outlet, like a understanding, knowing that you're not alone, that you have people in your corner that you can rely on, that you like that you are a part of a community, that you are a part of a tribe, a brand that sees you, that cares, that like you just feel like that this is something. It's not just anything, it's actually something.
Right.
So to me, like I want everybody to notice that Traumaless is all in all for you just as much as it is for me. So that's what traumaless means to me and what it is.
Okay. Um, I would agree. And then for me, I view traumaless as a lifestyle.
Mhm.
I think that it's a lifestyle. Traumaless to me is through life, we're always going to experience trauma.
Mhm.
Like I have mentioned on the audio version, pain is inevitable, suffering is optional.
Mhm.
So you're going to experience pain, i.e., trauma. But I think for me, being traumaless is about not letting it affect you,
Mm-hmm.
not being controlled by the trauma. It's just like that's why I like the umbrella, like the logo
Mm-hmm.
is the umbrella. It's like, being traumaless is like because there's gonna be days that is raining.
Mm-hmm.
But that traumaless is like, that umbrella that where it's like you can
Mm-hmm.
go, you could still, even though it's raining, i.e. the pain, the trauma is coming
Mm-hmm.
down, you can still walk outside without getting wet.
Yep.
And so to me, that's kind of what traumaless is. It's like, I feel like we blindly go through. It's like I said, using the umbrella example, it's just like you blindly just always you just wake up every day and go outside and get
Mm-hmm.
mad because it's raining and you didn't protect yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like that's just blindly not being aware of these different things, being aware
Right.
of these traumas, being aware of, what it
Yeah.
is like, just being aware, just being, taking control of how its effect on you. Like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, I see it's raining. Let me go grab an umbrella. Let me go put on some
Yeah.
rain boots.
Yeah, and I kind of break down the name in itself a little bit, like, and kind of reverse it. Like you hear the name trauma less. If you reverse it, it like you have less trauma. It's not essentially trying to be trauma free, but to find your different ways of how to deal with it, how to cope with it, how you go through it, how you get help through that trauma. Like, so you want to be not essentially free of it because you're never going to be free of trauma. There's always going to be something that's going to happen that's going to cause it. So you just want to have less of it as much as possible and find your ways to deal with it and to protect yourself as much as possible. And so when you broke down like the logo, like which essentially when I created the logo, it's crazy like how things work out. The fact that I created that logo and it wasn't even like I didn't even realize how deep I made it.
Mm-hmm.
Like but it is really very deep, and I'll be doing that with a lot of my logos and not even realizing it. So the fact that you broke it down like that is very beautiful. And I want a lot of people to take heed to that umbrella, where it's like a lot of times you're gonna get rained on. The sun ain't always gonna be out. It's not. So having a umbrella can protect you from that trauma, which is anxiety, the doubt, the fear, the different things that people try to put on you and try to come at you with, and that you've dealt with, and just having that umbrella really shield you from those different things. And umbrella is obviously the metaphorical aspect of the people that could be around you, the help that you get that gives you the different ways to cope with those things, like when you go to therapy. um
I would say the biggest part or the main aspect of that umbrella, because because that's what I was thinking about. Um, the biggest part of that is relationship with the creator.
mhm,
However, I really don't like getting into religions because for one, I'm still on my own journey with that. But I feel like religions are just God as the root
mhm,
source is the root, and the different religions are different branches of the
right,
tree. So whatever branch you is all the what it boils down to is love, light, and godly things, right?
mhm,
That's how I look at it. I judge a person based off of their heart and their character. So whatever that is for you, whomever you decide to relate, whatever resonates with you, you need to develop and establish a relationship with the creator.
mhm,
Like that's the foundation of your umbrella. That is how you will get the people that you need. That is how
mhm,
you will that is your protection. Um so yeah, I just wanted to kind of just add that because I feel like without anything else there is nothing. Like
right,
it's all starts with the creator, source. So for before anything, like
mhm,
turn to the quickest, easiest way, the quickest, fastest umbrella is source. God, I
mhm,
need you. Hey, protect me. It's raining. I
right,
need you. I don't know how to get the help for this. Da, 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 da,
mhm,
da, but hey, God, I need.
yeah,
And guess what? He's going to send you the people. He's going to da da
mhm,
da. He's going to X, Y, and Z. And that's why I said, and that returns back to that trust and that confidence.
mhm,
So it's like having, yeah, really cultivating and develop that relationship with the what the prime created this for.
Yeah.
God.
You see how deep that was?
Yeah.
That was real deep.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like that the fact that my logo can really like get that deep is really wild.
But that's what art does.
Hey, and
And
it was
how I view how I but and that's why I say you can't be confident in what you make because how you may perceive it or your intention for it is
mm,
different from how I may look at it and see it. It's different from how he may see it, how somebody it's gonna hit differently because
hmm
we all have so different things resonate with us differently. Some
yeah.
things a person that ain't never really been through real hard life shit, it may not certain emotions may not resonate
hmm
because they haven't experienced that yet.
Yeah,
Um
that's true.
so I kind of want to move. So with all that being said, I kind of want to end off with like, our intentions for specifically the podcast. I know for me, of course it's for, outside of, of course, putting, applying the information that I
hmm
have and, gaining experience. I really just want to be able to create like cultivate that space of just being able to talk about life and just being able
hmm
to but with a sense of emotional intelligence,
hmm
emotional awareness, just all of those like, just
Yeah.
really not the victim mentality of
Right.
trauma, but actually how we overcome holding these spaces where we talk about the things that we deal with, but we're not healing it. We're not
hmm
trying to heal. We're just allowing things to just be how it is to make it okay to that these are the conversations that we have at like,
Right.
the dinner table. Like I really want to be able to cultivate a community where it's like it's just like a conversation. It's a conversation. It's like we talking to friends. Like, hey,
hmm
yo, this motherfucker cheated. This bitch cheated on me.
Yeah.
Da, da, da. Like, hey, like, now look, just really just all these different things that we just go through and deal with. Like, but making it normal to talk about it from a enlightened perspective.
Example. Like I agree with all that. Example is almost like having that barbershop or that beauty salon
Mm-hmm.
talk,
Mm-hmm.
where it's
Mm-hmm.
like you feel like you're in a safe space for you to have these conversations.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's essentially what we're doing. We're creating that space where, regardless of your gender, your race, whatever, like you're able to either sit on this couch, your couch, whoever's couch, and feel like that you're a part of this. Feel
Mm-hmm.
like that you're able to resonate with what we're talking about. That you're like you feel like you're being heard, you're being seen, and all that. Like,
Right.
granted, not everything is going to resonate to everybody, and not everybody's going to feel what we're saying,
Right.
but we gonna have that uncomfortable conversation. That's for
Right.
sure.
Right.
Like I don't give a fuck about your feelings. Like we gonna have that uncomfortable conversation.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. I think it's funny you brought up the barbershops and salons because it's like when you think about it, we really don't have that space no more.
Mm-hmm.
There is no space where you could go to talk. And then we also kind of have become used to dealing with things on our own.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if you, but throughout doing this podcast and like having these conversations, it's actually like healing for me. Like
Mm-hmm.
the more that we do and the more that we talk about, and like it actually is like healing for me.
Yeah, it allows me to like realize some truths about myself. Like so it's healing me, and it's also giving me therapy in a different way. Even when we have our therapist go, like she
Yeah.
made me think of some things, but like just as much as it's healing for us, like it needs to be healing for everybody else too, including you,
Exactly.
Nate.
Yeah.
I had to throw you in there.
But no, it's gonna be. I'm really excited for what's to come because as
hmm
we start to really cultivate an audience and start to build a community,
hmm
it'll be more so of we'll be able to really more so talk about the things that like they like our community wants to talk about,
hmm
if that makes sense. Hey, we've seen this. What are your thoughts on this? Or, hey, I got this going on there. Hey, I really want
hmm
to like the conversations that you like
Yeah.
essentially the conversation you're not able to have with your friends or
hmm
at home or your spouse or whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, this is kind of like that space.
Yep.
Hey, I really want to talk to somebody about this.
Yeah.
I really wanted to share this
I really
perspective.
want
Yeah.
to see somebody else's perspective, hear their voice, their opinion on that. Nah, I definitely agree with that. So
Yeah. So with that being said, I think that's a good, stopping point.
Okay.
Be on the lookout for the Traumaless umbrellas as well. If you haven't already started designing those.
Listen, like check the website, like traumalessapparel.com. Like you will definitely be able to see some merch on there, like for the podcast and for just the apparel side of things.
And stay tuned for the trauma packs coming soon.
That's for sure. I got some trauma packs coming because I'm working on getting a hat made right now. So we're gonna see some some good stuff coming up real soon. So really stay tuned to that. But again, this has been a great episode for us. Hope y'all enjoyed. Stay tuned to our next episode. Again, I'm your host JR.
And I'm your co-host Pat.
Stay tuned to the next episode. We out.
Meals got beats.
Roger that.
The one is live. Go you go. Lifting 090.
And don't fall through the window. Yeah, that one.